To finish, I'm going to read Sonnet for Bill, which in its simplicity demonstrates all I've tried to say about this incredible poetic witness.
Bill is Bill Rice also.
On Nemo Hill. Sonnet for Bill. Even reaching for a bourbon or a beer, your hands seemed always gracefully composed, their elegance intact, though more severe. All that they've held or wrestled with still shows. Although they reach for nothing now, they lie like orchids dropped upon the white sheet, stretched across your ribs, your chest, which I watch rise and fall, a small pale pine cone filled with breath. Forgive me now if face to face with death I turn to paint a portrait more discreet. A single glass of warm milk that's been left to cool beside a window. In the street outside, long shadows of late afternoon are gathering and entering your room. My friends, please give an appreciative welcome to our Nemo Hill.
Of course, I want to thank my good friend John Marcus for his words, his over-generous words. I think you'll all agree that no one can speechify quite like him. And I'd like to thank Kat. I'd like to thank Kat, our bartender, for making it possible for us to occupy 4th Street tonight. I also want to thank all of you very much for coming tonight. You know, as a poet in this particular age, it's necessary to keep one's ego somewhat at arm's length, to keep from going crazy in a bitter or messy way. But every once in a while, on a night like tonight, it's a relief to let it out of the cage for a moment and bask in the appreciation of friends and colleagues. I promise I won't make a habit of it, but this feels really great tonight. And then, of course, there are the ghosts. Those ghosts which perhaps have no choice but to attend. This spot on the earth, where I stand right now, has been the scene of so many events of my life, both minor and major, that the room is full of echoes for me. And so, it's to one of the most powerful of those ghosts that I would like to read the next poem. Well, I'm just going to start with a different one. To his landlord, Julius Eastman, 1940 to 1990. Perhaps you don't remember him at all. Such two-bit, low-life losers come and go. You used to ambush him out in the hall, demanding your back rent. He'd answer slow and easy, quoting scripture with a sigh. The camel and the needle's eye. Yeah, sure. The one with all the cats. The skinny black guy in leather pants who never locked his door. You blamed it then on drugs and alcohol, but I guess you don't remember now at all. Nah, I really can't expect you to recall. But even if you did, how could you know that in that doorless closet piled with trash, a hibernating grail lay lost below the dirty clothes and cat shit, a sacred cache of scores handwritten scores, which music scholars are reconstructing now from rare cassettes, transcribing notes by ear. It seemed mere squalor the day the marshals hauled it out and set the whole mess on the curb. Sad episode. Such no-count nameless losers come, then go. There really was no way that you could know. And yet I can't help wondering, might you care? It's been, what, 20 years? And still I see you out bicycling in skin-tight lycra wear. You're keeping fit. That's smart. You smile more, too. I'd like to tell you just what was inside those plastic bags dragged from apartment 4. I want to say he's fabled now, that guy who never paid his rent or locked his door. You look right through me as if I'm not there. And even if I told you, could you care? I almost spoke today, but didn't dare. Dick's Bar, 1992 to 2007. I hope those dates are right. I didn't really fact check that. New York City. When men bow down. When men bow down to sip their drinks, their all-night neon halos tip, casting shadows as they slip across pale brows that slowly sink and drown together, drip by drip. What each man feels, what each man thinks, when men bow down to sip their drinks. When men bow down to sip their drinks in dim-down day or midnight's glare, in common rose or solitaire, in a silence startled by the clink of ice on glass, as if in prayer, their eyes close and their focus shrinks when men bow down to sip their drinks. When men bow down to sip their drinks with shoulders hunched, with jaws grown slack, draped across each turn, bent back, the world's abandoned at the brink of their immobile zodiac, their cloud of mingled breath, which stinks as men bow down to sip their drinks. When men bow down to sip their drinks, the rhythmic round of hand to lip grows metronomic. Each man's grip preserves his final failing link to time. Of passing moments stripped, the present stares, the future blinks when men bow down to sip their drinks.